Blueface allegedly pushed a pregnant woman into a pool on a live internet broadcast, triggering an immediate police response and a welfare check at the residence. Law enforcement officers questioned Nevaeh on-site to determine if she sustained abdominal trauma or if her unborn child was in physical danger. Following the incident, public pressure shifted toward her ex-partner, with viewers demanding immediate intervention. Instead of stepping in, Nevaeh's ex publicly broke his silence to declare that as an adult, Nevaeh makes her own legal choices and cannot be forcibly removed from any living situation. He condemned the pool incident as a severe safety hazard that could cause a critical fall, while warning that continuous reckless behavior on live streams will inevitably invite repeated police raids and swatting incidents. Furthermore, he highlighted that exposing a newborn baby to an unstable, high-conflict environment poses long-term risks. Addressing allegations regarding her financial status and lack of housing, Nevaeh clarified that remaining in the home is her personal choice, maintaining that she is fully aware of Blueface's actions and is independently planning her future. The physical altercation during the live broadcast immediately triggered a cascade of official emergency protocols, completely altering the trajectory of the ongoing public spectacle. When a visible physical push occurred, sending Nevaeh into the pool during a live broadcast, the immediate threat to a pregnant individual's safety prompted multiple emergency calls to local law enforcement. Police officers were dispatched directly to the residence to execute a welfare check, an official procedure designed to ascertain whether an individual is in immediate danger or requiring urgent medical intervention. Upon arrival, officers engaged directly with Nevaeh, conducting an initial assessment regarding her physical condition. Law enforcement questioned her specifically regarding potential blunt force trauma to the abdomen, inquiring whether she had sustained a kick, a direct blow, or any impact that could compromise her health or the gestation of her unborn child. Nevaeh explicitly informed the responding officers that she did not sustain a direct kick to her stomach, asserting that she was not experiencing medical distress and declining further emergency medical transport or immediate intervention. While her statements satisfied the immediate legal threshold required for officers to conclude the welfare check without making an instantaneous arrest or forced removal, the official documentation of the incident solidified the volatile reality occurring behind closed doors. As documentation of the police response circulated rapidly, public pressure immediately shifted toward Nevaeh's ex-partner. Observers and vocal online commentators inundated his public platforms, demanding that he intervene, physically remove Nevaeh from the residence, or take control of the situation to guarantee her safety. The persistent demands forced him to address the situation publicly, where he delivered a direct, legally grounded stance on the limits of external intervention. He addressed the persistent calls for his involvement by stating plainly that Nevaeh is a legal adult possessing full personal autonomy. Under existing legal frameworks, an adult individual retains the absolute right to choose their residing environment, association, and personal relationships, regardless of external opinions or visible volatility. He emphasized that regardless of how concerning the situation appears to outside observers, no external party, including an ex-partner, has the legal authority to forcibly relocate or extract an adult from a living situation against their express will. By highlighting her status as an autonomous adult, he drew a firm boundary between legal reality and public expectation, shutting down demands for unauthorized personal intervention while placing the accountability squarely back on the individuals directly involved. Beyond setting personal boundaries, Nevaeh's ex directly evaluated the physical hazard presented by the pool incident itself, breaking down the mechanical risks involved. Pushing or causing an individual to fall into a pool environment carries inherent dangers, but those risks escalate exponentially when the individual is pregnant. He pointed out that a loss of balance near wet, slippery pool surfaces creates an extreme risk of a slip-and-fall accident, which could result in severe trauma, head injuries, or catastrophic abdominal impact. Even without direct physical contact to the stomach during the fall, the kinetic force of hitting the water awkwardly or slipping on the deck poses severe medical consequences. He characterized the action not merely as reckless behavior for camera engagement, but as an acute safety hazard that endangered human life. His assessment directly challenged attempts to downplay the event as harmless online content, framing it instead as a dangerous disregard for basic physical safety and maternal well-being. Furthermore, he turned his focus toward the broader operational environment surrounding Blueface and his inner circle, specifically criticizing the continuous cycle of high-risk behavior broadcasted on live streams. The lifestyle cultivated around these broadcasts relies heavily on extreme, controversial, and often aggressive interactions designed to maximize viewer metrics and maintain viral attention. However, he warned that this operational model carries severe real-world consequences. Operating in a perpetual state of heightened conflict and public outrage predictably attracts repeated law enforcement oversight. He specifically pointed out that volatile live-streamed behavior creates an environment ripe for emergency responses, welfare checks, and dangerous swatting incidents, where false or exaggerated emergency reports bring armed police units directly to the property. He emphasized that continuously staging or engaging in high-intensity drama while broadcasting exact locations creates an unsustainable, chaotic living space that invites constant police presence and imminent danger for everyone residing in the home. Expanding on the physical hazards and immediate law enforcement responses, the long-term implications of this continuous volatility extend far beyond the immediate participants, reaching directly into the future environment being created for an upcoming child. Nevaeh's ex addressed this critical layer of the situation, shifting the focus from short-term internet drama to the permanent, real-world consequences of raising a newborn within an unstable household. A residential environment defined by perpetual conflict, sudden police interventions, and deliberate public exposure creates a toxic baseline for child development. The presence of a newborn requires a predictable, secure, and controlled atmosphere, free from sudden escalations or physical hazards. Continuing a lifestyle built around erratic live broadcasts, aggressive interpersonal dynamics, and constant public scrutiny directly compromises the fundamental stability a child requires. He stressed that while adults may choose to navigate dangerous or chaotic dynamics for personal reasons or online attention, bringing a dependent infant into that same environment transforms a personal choice into a structural risk. The persistent threat of law enforcement raids, unexpected emergency responses, and unvetted individuals entering the home creates an environment where a child's basic need for safety and consistency cannot be reliably met. The discussion surrounding the broader environment naturally brings scrutiny upon Nevaeh's own personal choices, motivations, and long-term plans. In response to widespread public criticism and accusations regarding her financial dependence, lack of employment, and absence of independent housing, Nevaeh publicly addressed her standing and rationale for remaining in the residence. Critics have repeatedly asserted that her continued presence in a volatile living situation is the result of a lack of options, suggesting she remains bound to Blueface due to financial reliance or an inability to secure self-sufficient accommodations. Nevaeh explicitly rejected these narratives, countering the assumption that she is trapped or unaware of her circumstances. She stated clearly that she is actively planning her future, maintaining her own sense of direction, and developing steps toward eventual long-term independence. However, she emphasized that residing in the current house alongside Blueface is a deliberate, conscious choice that she is making as an autonomous individual. By framing her residence as a personal decision rather than an involuntary constraint, Nevaeh directly altered the framing of the narrative surrounding her. She maintained that she is fully aware of Blueface's behavior, history, and the controversial nature of his actions, asserting that nothing occurring in the household is happening without her full awareness. She rejected the portrayal of herself as an uninformed participant who is blind to the risks or the public perception of her living situation. Instead, she claimed full ownership of her presence in the home, asserting her right to make her own decisions regarding her personal life and living arrangements without needing to justify her timeline or strategy to outside observers. This stance establishes a clear dynamic. Despite external warnings, legal interventions, and criticism from former partners, Nevaeh insists on navigating the environment on her own terms, accepting the risks associated with the household while maintaining that her long-term path remains under her own control. This collision of perspectives highlights a profound divide between external expectations and internal choices within high-profile, live-streamed relationships. On one hand, observers, former partners, and concerned viewers analyze the situation through the lens of objective risk assessment, pointing out the clear dangers of physical harm, police escalation, and structural instability for an unborn child. They see a pattern of reckless behavior that predictably leads to emergency welfare checks and potential physical hazards, arguing that no amount of personal autonomy outweighs the immediate need for physical safety and long-term stability. On the other hand, the primary individual involved asserts absolute personal agency, choosing to remain in an environment despite fully recognizing its volatile nature. This refusal to exit the situation, paired with the rejection of external rescue or intervention, leaves the public and surrounding individuals in a position where they can only document the unfolding events. As long as the primary participants consciously choose to maintain their current living arrangements, the cycle of public conflict, live-streamed escalation, and regulatory oversight will continue uninterrupted, setting a precarious stage for whatever comes next. Examining the continuous cycle of public exposure reveals how live-streamed conflict functions as an economic and behavioral engine that actively feeds into itself. In modern digital media environments, volatility is not merely a byproduct of personal friction. It is a primary driver of audience retention, social media engagement, and monetary reward. When live broadcasts feature aggressive arguments, physical risks, or sudden police arrivals, viewer metrics spike instantly. This financial and attention-based incentive structure creates a feedback loop where escalation is consistently rewarded while de-escalation leads to a drop in public interest. For individuals living within this ecosystem, the boundary between private life and broadcasted performance becomes completely erased. Every internal dispute, medical concern, or domestic disagreement is transformed into real-time content, inviting hundreds of thousands of outside observers to participate, comment, and judge. Consequently, the household operates less like a private sanctuary and more like a continuous public stage, where personal boundaries are systematically disassembled in pursuit of maintaining digital relevance and viral impact. This relentless appetite for drama places an unsustainable burden on public resources and local infrastructure. When volatile behavior is broadcast live to massive audiences, viewers frequently take it upon themselves to initiate emergency responses by contacting local authorities. The pool incident served as a prime example of this phenomenon, where external observers transformed a digital video feed into an active emergency dispatch. While welfare checks are designed to protect individuals from immediate physical harm, their frequent triggering through live streams creates a strain on municipal emergency services. Law enforcement officers are repeatedly forced to divert critical time, personnel, and public resources to manage situation after situation stemming from online broadcasts. Furthermore, this dynamic heightens the risk of dangerous swatting incidents, where malicious or sensationalized reports bring heavily armed police units to a private residence under false or exaggerated pretenses. Operating a home under the constant threat of tactical police responses creates an inherently unsafe environment, where the potential for miscommunication or accidental escalation during a high-stress law enforcement arrival poses a direct threat to everyone inside. The psychological toll on the primary participants within such an environment is equally profound, even if explicitly denied by those involved. Living under the simultaneous pressure of constant public judgment, ongoing domes while Nevaeh maintains that she is fully aware of her choices and capable of navigating the chaos, human psychology demonstrates that prolonged immersion in high-conflict settings normalizes toxic behavioral patterns over time. Actions that would ordinarily be recognized as severe warning signs, such as being pushed near a pool or having police officers inspect one's physical condition on camera, become accepted as routine occurrences. This normalization process blinds individuals to the compounding dangers around them, making it progressively harder to recognize when a situation has escalated beyond their capacity to manage safely. Ultimately, the ongoing saga surrounding Blueface, Nevaeh, and the surrounding commentary highlights a stark modern dilemma regarding personal autonomy versus public intervention. When an adult explicitly rejects external help, defends their decision to remain in a volatile household, and claims full awareness of the associated risks, society reaches a strict legal and operational boundary. External observers, fans, and former partners cannot legally enforce safety or force a lifestyle change upon someone who refuses it. The responsibility remains entirely on the primary individuals to deal with the real-world consequences of their choices. As the arrival of a new child approaches, the stakes transition from temporary online drama to permanent human consequences. Whether the household will continue down a path of live-streamed escalation and police interventions, or eventually shift towards stability and private accountability, remains a choice that only the participants themselves can make. Until that shift occurs, the public display continues to serve as a cautionary narrative about the true cost of trading personal safety and domestic peace for internet attention. As we wrap up today's breakdown, it is vital to emphasize a critical point regarding the nature and purpose of this video. Everything discussed today is compiled strictly for educational, commentary, and entertainment purposes only. The objective here is not to pass absolute judgment, meddle in anyone's personal affairs, or dictate how public figures should navigate their private relationships. At the end of the day, these are real human beings making their own independent life choices, and this content is designed purely to analyze public information, viral moments, and the broader social media culture surrounding them. We want to hear directly from you, the audience. This platform thrives on open, respectful commentary and constructive dialogue. How do you view the situation? Do you believe that individuals who choose to broadcast their private lives online must accept the intense public scrutiny that comes with it? Or do you feel that online audiences often cross the line by trying to intervene in adult relationships? Where do you draw the boundary between public entertainment and private autonomy? Drop your thoughts, perspectives, and theories in the comment section below. Remember to keep the discussion civil, respectful, and focused on the broader dynamics at play. If you found this breakdown insightful and want to stay updated on the latest commentary, analysis, and deep dives into trending topics, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thank you for watching. Drive the conversation responsibly down below, and we will see you in the next video.